And I cross over to Kisii County, where President William Ruto is set to commence a 3-day visit to the South Nyanza counties in Kisii, Nyamira and Migori counties. During the 3-day visit, President Ruto is expected to launch several projects. He is expected to commission upgrading of 33.3 kilometers Gekano, Rigoma, Ambuko, Nyamo, Hanse, Kumu, Mwamo, Nyaburu, Oboke, Ragwe roads and commission Kegati water project. At the same time, he is expected to hold meetings with leaders from the region. Now we shall be linking up with our reporter Simon Achola for a detailed report at the Kisii National Polytechnic. Achola, kindly bring us to speed.
Well, thank you very much, Jackie Wambiro. Indeed, we are in Kisii County, specifically at Kisii Polytechnic, where we are awaiting the arrival of President William Ruto, who is expected here shortly. We are told that in the next few minutes he'll be landing at Kisii Stadium. Thereafter, head straight to the governor's office, where he's supposed to meet a number of leaders from elected leaders and local leaders from this region. And then thereafter, he will be proceeding to Kisii Polytechnic, where he is expected to commission a modern laboratory here before he heads all the way to Kegati water supply, which is a number of the projects that he is expected actually to commission today before, of course, I beg your pardon, before, of course, calling it a day. According to the program that we actually given today, he was expected at Kegati water supply project. That is about 10 a.m. Of course, already it's 11, so he's expected to be landing anytime from now. Now, Kegati water project is one of the projects that is amongst the Vision 2030 flagship projects, and is expected to increase the production and supply of water in Kisii and Nyamira counties from just a paltry 6 million cubic meters per day to about 27 million cubic meters per day. And of course, that project has been on for I think at least 2 or so years. It was actually commissioned in 2017, and there's been a number of expansion works going on that particular project. And of course, after the completion of that project, the issue of water shortages and scarcity in this particular county will be a thing over the past. And then, of course, from there, he is expected to go for Sironga housing project. Remember, this is a pet project that President William Ruto has actually been talking about, not just because of provision of houses, but also the economic impact is going to have on those or where those houses will be domiciled. And he's continuously said that this will go a long way in terms of ensuring that it creates employment for the youth and skilled laborers in their respective areas. And then, of course, from there, we'll be commissioning the Gekano, Rikoma, Ambuko Road, which is in Nyamira County, before, of course, he has a dinner later on in the day with members of parliament members of parliament, and, of course, the bicameral parliament from this region. And then, of course, tomorrow we'll be heading in Nyamira County. That is on Friday. And then, of course, the first project will be that of commissioning of Gamba Kegogi Road. And then thereafter, he'll be heading for the homecoming Thanksgiving ceremony of Honorable Mochogu. And then thereafter, he'll be meeting leaders. Of course, this is a continuation of his efforts in terms of ensuring that he actually reached out to both elected and non-elected leaders, so that then, of course, what he's been saying over and again in terms of ensuring that he unites the country, even as he pushes his development agenda. On Saturday, Jackie Wambiru, the president, is expected in Migori County, and more specifically in Kuria part of Migori County, where he is expected to grace in Kuria West, where he's expected to grace Mote, Baru, Suba, Kuria, Nyagonga, Nyankobe and Getonga Masaba Road. And then, of course, thereafter, he'll in Kuria East, he'll also be in Ntimaru, Nyamatiro, and then, of course, one-stop border point amongst other areas that he's expected to actually visit in that particular area. Of course, this is a continuation of what he's been doing across the country. But Jackie, it will be interesting to actually see how, of course, he'll be reaching out reaching out to leaders in this particular county. Remember, the leader of Kisii County is an ODM or an Azimio affiliated governor. And as we speak right now, we understand that when he lands at the Kisii Stadium, he will be heading straight to the governor's office, where he is expected actually to meet the governor and, of course, a host of other leaders. We also know for a fact that the relationship between the former Interior CS has not been very cordial. However, there's been effort in terms of ensuring that the CS joins the bandwagon of actually supporting the government, and we'll be watching keenly to see if indeed he'll be attending this particular function of education CS Mochogu tomorrow, or what exactly will be happening. So those are some of the issues, of course, we'll be casting our eyes on, just to understand what will be happening in this region, because, of course, before we file our stories in our subsequent bulletin. Back to Jackie Wambiru.